Well, a very good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen, from wherever you're watching us. Welcome to another informative episode of the Candid Talk here on Herman Manyora's YouTube channel. My name is Evan Sokinyi. Well, of course, I'm joined by the one and only political analyst and actually commentator and an educational expert here, Professor Herman Manyora. Prof, how are you?
Good.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you.
You look pretty smart.
Thank you.
Is this not from Odanga?
The Luo, you know, I'm Luo, and people have never understood. I'm a Luo, I'm a Luya, I'm a Kalenjin.
How?
I don't know. It's by blood actually, not just culture, blood.
You're all that
I'm
combined.
a Luo by blood, a Luya by blood, a Kalenjin by blood. Actually, we came from Kigomba in Uganda, so also a Ugandan.
You are a lot of things which...
Yeah. So if Kalenjins think I'm not celebrating this victory of Ruto, they are wrong.
They're wrong.
I'm celebrating.
You're right there with them.
Yes.
When are you going back to the screens? Kenyans are asking, we need this.
TV.
Yeah, definitely.
It was just a short break. I'll go.
A short break?
Yeah. I'm about to go. Now I can go.
Some people do claim here that you are nursing your wounds.
No, which wounds? I'm a doctor. I'm a doctor, and you see a doctor, patient dies, you wait for another patient. So a doctor does not start mourning because a patient has died. A patient dies and the doctor looks for the next patient.
Are you looking for another patient?
You know, what I was saying is why I didn't go to TV, there was very cheap talk. Very irritatingly cheap talk. And I think that is dying down. Now we can go back for serious discussions.
You now think that people have sobered up and ready to face the reality.
I didn't want to be irritated by cheap talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely, Prof. We are here analyzing some of the things that are actually taking place in the country. And of course, you're always observant and ready to help us understand some of these things and unpack them. Now, one, I would like us to perhaps do some sort of a fast track on the lives and the livelihood, the political lifeline of some of these people who actually defected very quick at the beginning of the announcement on President William Ruto as actually president-elect. We saw a number of politicians who were pro-Azimio at that particular moment defect all the way to Kenya Kwanza. And of course, profile individuals such as Kivutha Kibwana. Now, Kivutha Kibwana, on the wake of things, we've seen the professor has actually decided to quit elective politics, and he says that he is here and ready to perhaps just mentor the young politicians. Now, let me ask you this. Do you think that in the first place, what was Kivutha Kibwana's motive of defecting from Azimio and going to Kenya Kwanza? And do you think that perhaps a number of things have changed that has perhaps led him to quit elective politics?
You know, Kivutha Kibwana is a man with a high profile. Young people like you may not know. Kivutha Kibwana is not just a renowned law scholar, professor of the University of Nairobi. Kivutha Kibwana has a serious record in civil society. He was among the people who fought so hard for this country to bring multipartyism. He has the experience of a cabinet minister. He has the experience of a presidential advisor. What you people may now know, he has the experience of running his own party, experience of being governor 2 terms. So when you add all these things together, you have a problem reconciling this with what you see him doing. A person of that stature, after you've been governor, why would you want to wrestle with small boys to be senator? That you can leave to people like Mandago. But a man of that stature, you've done your bit. You are one of the best governors. Why would you want again to spoil your name and go for Senate? And immediately you lose, then the usual defense strategies, defense mechanisms set in. So the reactions you are seeing are typical. You allow yourself to get into a position where you will behave exactly the way people behave when they have lost an election, or a girl for that matter. So it's very bad for Kivutha Kibwana. But to answer your question, why would he do what he's doing? You know, I've been trying to understand why people look for these things as if it's a matter of life and death. Why a man can be a full minister, and when something small is thrown his way, like assistant minister, or now they are called chief administrative assistant, they quickly take. Why a man having been so big can go and become a small thing? It always puzzled me. But now I got the answers. I have all the answers. Why people are dying to be things or to remain things. It is because, unlike Manyora, these guys have tasted power and they have tasted wealth and money, especially money. People who have tasted this so-called good life, the life of being saluted, the car is being opened for you, your bills are being paid for you, you are called mukubwa, mheshimiwa, you live in a good neighborhood. The thought of dropping that is what makes them go to ridiculous levels to do things you can't understand. Why somebody like me, I may feel arrogant, almost stupid. It is because I've not tested those things. So I'm simple. So you can't make me walk on my tummy, crawl on my tummy to get a small job from you. Because I've never been any of those things. And so I don't blame them. It is because you have been there. You live in those neighborhoods. You are used to that life. The thought of dropping down from that life is what makes these people do things that are laughable. Things I can't do. So if I say, for example, somebody was asking me, look here, a friend of yours who should even be, he's even junior to you in many ways, is now this and the other has been appointed. I tell them, surely. To somebody like me, being a minister or a PS, it's a small thing. And I mean it. It's nothing. If you give me, I will be happy, I will celebrate, I will dance, I will jump up. But it is still a small thing. Why? Because I've never been any of those things. So it doesn't mean to me what it can mean to a man who has been a minister. Now you are making him an assistant minister. He still go for... There are many people who have been ministers. Then they are given small things. Yeah. So Kibuta Kimwana, don't blame him.
Of course, we're not blaming him. But do you think
just
now,
understand him.
He dreaded staying in the political cold?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Once you are used to this Bwana Mkubwa thing and all this, you miss it. Which we can't miss, you and I, because we have not tested. So we can appear to be arrogant and proud and even stupid. But the idea is because we have not tested. I'm not saying if I tested, I'll be strong enough to see them the way I'm seeing them. I don't want to say that. I hope so. I always believe even if you made me anything, it can't change me. But I cannot be sure. So don't blame them.
No, of course, Professor Kivuta Kibwana, of course, is one of just the high-profile defectors that we've seen move the other way around. But, Prof, make me understand this. Do you think, because I heard you the other time saying that some of these defections are actually cheap and they were actually uncalled for, you did not actually see any merit in whatever it is that they were doing. And finally, we've seen them not paying off. None of those who defected post the election, actually, we've not seen any of them being appointed anywhere or receiving any sort of goodies from the Ruto's government. And ultimately, a number of Kenyans would see that they made a wrong choice at that particular moment. But then now here comes, we've also seen on today's papers, the president has had almost close to over 100 meetings. And we've seen him woo a number of Azimio affiliates around the Kivuta.
Yesterday or the other day, there were lawyers there.
Yeah, actually, we've seen that take place.
Let me tell you these two things about those lawyers. And I want to tell people, maybe they don't understand human psychology. People hate failures. People hate people who go for sympathy and pity. If you know you are young people, you on set and those around here, cameramen and the rest, Bush, Jad and the rest of you who are here, Kimathi, I can see Victor, I can see Simon, and the viewers cannot see them. In fact, the cameraman should have shown that. What kind of cameramen are these? Let me tell you this. Don't go for a job and hoping people will sympathize with you to give you that job. Pity never wins you a girl if you are winning a girl. Pity never gives you a job. So when you bend over to please another man in defections, he doesn't value. He accepts you on board because he needs that for psychological boost. To harass his opponents, that he's winning his people. But you, the defector, he thinks you're just an idiot. People don't like people of that nature. The way you come crawling to go to another man you are defecting. You look cheap, you look stupid. And that's how that man sees you. But because he needs you, it is more like our African leaders who go to Europe and America and Japan in suits. Those guys clap for them and host them for dinner. But inside the Mzungu in Europe, he sees you are a monkey. He can't tell you, because if Europe doesn't exploit Africa, Europe will collapse. Okay? They won't create jobs if they don't mess in Africa and the rest of these third world countries. But he knows you are an idiot. He's asking himself, look at this African leader in a nice suit. Birioni and others are called what? And look at Kibera. Look at Kawangware. Look at the life his people live. He can't tell you. So the same thing, when you are a defector, the man you are defecting to knows just how useless you are. So when I saw these lawyers, I said, oh God, they are reminding me of the shame lawyers went through in 1992-93 when we had our first multipartyism. Apart from Obondo or Luo, who defected from was it Ford Kenya or whatever it was to Kanu, and Momanyi, I think, was the first defector from Kisi, who defected from DP to Kanu. The rest were all lawyers, and they came in a row, including my MP, Nicodemus Hanley, Javan Omami, or whatever it was, Shamala, the man we had respected, are renowned. They were, I'm telling you, there were many lawyers who defected. Lawyers felt shamed. So when I saw this, my friends, I saw Kamala, I saw Sinari, my friend, I saw Sijui, who I said that these lawyers are reminding us of those days of 40 Asili MPs from Western who defected leaving Shikuku alone. I felt so mad.
No, but Prof, owing to the kind of circumstances, the political circumstances under which we are right now, do you think that would perhaps be a wise move for them? Because
which wise move?
Going to the other direction, at least they would offer support to the...
Let me tell you, first of all, the days when you went to beg a president for goodies are gone. I saw we keep going back there. Kibaki alitoa watu huko. Alisema development is done, is budgeted for, is in development plans. Mid-term, long-term, 5-year plan, whatever they are called. And then things are budgeted for. Sasa, where? What will the president give you, which is not in the budget? Look for things, put them, make sure they are in the plans and in the budget. Push for the implementation of those things. Oversight the implementation. Don't go and beg the president, number one. Number two, and I've said it, the president will respect you much more if you remained as Mio and had a constructive engagement with him. You go to the president as an Azimio MP in your own right as a Kenyan and as an elected leader. The president will have much more respect for you than if you went crawling on your knee, on your belly, trying to defect to him. He can't respect you. He will respect an MP who remains ODM wiper. An MP who remains wiper. But because the president is the president of all Kenyans, including that MP, you can have constructive engagement with the government and the president. He will respect you. But this is where defecting. You know, the problem of defecting, you cheapen yourself. Sometimes, because I'm old enough to have seen these things, when you are defecting, you are given 500,000 shillings, 200,000 shillings, maybe. Because I've seen money, I've interacted with these politicians, let them come here and I show them. I know what they go through. You are given some little money. I know, and they know, I know. You demean yourself, you dehumanize yourself, even as you carry that envelope of 100,000 shillings. Atumetoka labda mahali State House umepewa. Remain an MP, remain strong. Respect your political leader kama ni Raila ama Kalonzo. You get what I'm saying? Then engage with the government. Engage with the president, respectively, with mutual benefit for both sides. Yeah, the president will respect you, not to defect.
Some would argue that perhaps they made a wrong choice at that time by being pro-Azimio and perhaps supporting the side that eventually lost. And here, this time round, of course, a number of people are saying that they do not see any chance of William Ruto losing in 2027. So why would you say that perhaps it's not actually a good move for them to go the other way?
A leader should not be a person who follows people. Because Ruto will win in 2027, you follow him. If you are a leader, you should help your side to win. Not to give up and throw your hands in the air. Ati sababu Ruto atashinda, wacha nifuate. Ati sababu watu wengi. No, you see, ati watu wamesema. I'm following my... Then why are you a leader? A leader, the word lead, we unakaa mbele. Watu wanakufuata. Huwezi kusema nimeona watu wangu wanaenda Kenya kwanza mimi nimewafuata. Then you are not a leader, you're just an idiot. Get the hell out of leadership. To be leader means you offer leadership, even at the cost of your seat. But when history is written in future, they'll say that man was a leader. He showed his people the way, he paid for it. When Raila said, I better lose power, but protect the Mao for posterity. Something like that. He lost the election because of Mao. He lost the Kalenjin. One of the reasons why he lost the Kalenjin, Ruto used the Mao as an excuse to walk away with the Kalenjin from Raila. So Raila lost the election if it is losing. But people know what he did is something what a leader ought to do, because the Mao is more important than somebody becoming president. So these who are defecting should not defect to say our people have said. Well, which people?
Now that politics is all about interest and
Yes.
personal interest for that matter.
Yes.
Do you think it's a good move?
So
for
how
their
are your
own
personal
political
interests served when you go and lick another man?
It was a little bit harsh, but allow me end the conversation. At that point, of course, it's always interesting to have Professor Herman Manyora here on board, tackling issues one-on-one and telling Kenyans the right things as they are supposed to be told. Well, ladies and gentlemen, until we have this conversation again, allow me to stop at this point. My name is Evan Sokinyi.